Welcome to our channel. In this video, we will be summarizing the influential sales book Spin Selling by Neil Rackham. This book introduces a research-backed methodology for effective selling, especially in high-value sales. Rackham's model is based on years of research and analysis of more than 35,000 sales calls, providing a systematic approach that top salespeople use to close larger deals. If you're interested in mastering sales strategies that work for complex sales, this summary will give you the essential insights. Don't forget to subscribe for more detailed book summaries on business, sales, and personal development. Chapter 1: Introduction to Spin Selling. In the opening chapter, Rackham explains that traditional sales techniques fail in larger, more complex sales scenarios. The spin selling technique is an advanced approach that focuses on asking the right questions rather than just making a persuasive pitch. SPIN stands for the 4 types of questions used in the selling process: situation questions, problem questions, implication questions, need-payoff questions. Rackham highlights that success in selling larger products or services depends on understanding the buyer's needs and helping them see the value of solving their problems through a thoughtful, consultative approach. Key takeaways: traditional selling approaches are less effective in high-value sales. Spin focuses on asking the right questions to guide buyers through their decision-making process. Chapter 2: Situation questions. In this chapter, Rackham explains the first element of spin selling: situation questions. These are fact-finding questions that help you gather basic information about the buyer's current situation. While necessary, Rackham warns against asking too many situation questions as they may bore or frustrate the buyer. Examples of situation questions: what systems are you currently using for specific task? How long have you been working with your current supplier? Tips: be mindful of the buyer's time and ask only the most critical situation questions. Do your homework in advance to minimize the number of questions you need to ask. Key takeaways: situation questions help you understand the buyer's context but should be kept to a minimum. Knowing the buyer's situation is essential for tailoring your sales approach. Chapter 3: Problem questions. Once you have a good understanding of the buyer's situation, the next step is to ask problem questions. These questions are designed to uncover problems, difficulties, or dissatisfaction that the buyer is experiencing. By identifying these issues, you can demonstrate how your product or service can help solve them. Examples of problem questions: are you satisfied with the current performance of your system? What challenges are you facing in meeting your production targets? Tips: focus on questions that reveal the buyer's pain points. Problem questions build the foundation for creating a need for your solution. Key takeaways: problem questions identify issues the buyer is facing. These questions help you position your product as a solution to their problems. Chapter 4: Implication questions. The most powerful questions in spin selling are the implication questions. These questions go deeper into the problems uncovered in the previous step, highlighting the consequences and implications of not addressing the problem. Implication questions help the buyer realize the urgency of solving the issue. Examples of implication questions: what impact does this problem have on your team's productivity? How does this downtime affect your overall costs? Tips: implication questions should make the problem feel more significant. The goal is to emphasize the cost of inaction or delay. Key takeaways: implication questions amplify the buyer's problem by revealing its wider impact. These questions create a sense of urgency for solving the problem. Chapter 5: Need-Payoff questions. Once the buyer is aware of the problem and its implications, need-payoff questions help the buyer focus on the benefits of solving the problem. These questions shift the conversation toward the value your product or service can provide, making the buyer visualize a positive outcome. Examples of need-payoff questions: how would a faster system improve your team's efficiency? What kind of cost savings would this solution provide you? Tips: need-payoff questions encourage the buyer to articulate the benefits of your solution. These questions help turn the buyer's focus from the problem to the solution. Key takeaways: Need-Payoff questions highlight the value of solving the buyer's problem. These questions help the buyer see how your product can benefit them. Chapter 6: Closing the Sale. Unlike traditional selling techniques that emphasize aggressive closing tactics, spin selling takes a different approach. Rackham argues that in high-value sales, focusing too much on closing can backfire. Instead, the goal should be to guide the buyer through the decision-making process naturally by using the spin framework. Rackham introduces the idea of the advance, which is a small commitment that moves the sale forward, e.g., scheduling a meeting with key decision-makers. Each interaction should aim for an advance, gradually leading to the final sale. Key takeaways. The focus in high-value sales should be on moving the sale forward step by step, not pushing for an immediate close. Advances are incremental commitments that bring the buyer closer to making a decision. Chapter 7: The Role of Feedback. In the final chapter, Rackham emphasizes the importance of self-evaluation and feedback for salespeople. To improve in spin selling, it's crucial to analyze your sales calls, identifying where you can refine your questioning techniques. By constantly learning from both successes and failures, you can become. Key takeaways. Analyzing your sales calls and asking for feedback will help you refine your spin selling technique. Continuous learning is essential to mastering the spin model. Conclusion. Spin selling by Neil Rackham offers a research-backed framework for succeeding in complex sales. By focusing on asking the right types of questions: situation, problem, implication, and need payoff, you can guide the buyer through their decision-making process without relying on high-pressure tactics. The book emphasizes the importance of understanding the buyer's needs and positioning your product as the ideal solution. If you found this summary useful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights from the best business and sales books.